I see you. I see you. Get. Oh, no. Don't go in there. Don't go in there. Don't. How's it, English? Welcome to Mongoose Max Hawaii, the channel. Okay.
They hide.
They hide. Thank you, those two bucks. Let's get some of these things on quickly, otherwise I'll forget. And the new light. Oh gosh, I don't know. This is look, it has colors. Wow. If it's not done out of love, what is it, right? That's important. Oh, getting everything all messed up here. Okay. How's it? Aloha, everybody. It is Friday, May 2nd. And as every news show said yesterday, can you believe it's May? Yeah, I can believe it's May because last time it was April. Well, except from yesterday, May Day. So May Day was, wow, okay, a big day. Everyone was getting kind of geared up. People wanted to have like May Day.
I'm right here.
Yay! And so went to the park, saw the award-winning leis and some people in the park. I'll throw something up later or something. And then there was that dinner I was invited by an old friend for dinner. And we used to do this with, after the class reunion, or the high school, like a handful of us high schooler buddies would get together, wives and stuff, and meet at this, Outrigger Canoe Club. So,
why are you asking?
Rather,
can you hear?
A club, right? Outrigger Canoe Club. Ooh. I'm not a member, but they are, right? So they invited me. Well, this one person invited me with his wife. So I go, I'm like, for some reason, I was all out of touch, nervous. But I go, and there's my friend. I'll say his first name right now, Todd. So I see Todd, and he's like, oh, I don't know what we're going to be doing. And then his wife's there. And it's it's the club.
Do you want it?
And we're going to go sit down.
By no means. Sinful.
Stop it. So he goes sit down. And she's talking to him, saying, his wife's talking to him, saying, oh, meet so-and-so, and then so-and-so. And then Todd gets a call. He uses a flip phone. He gets a call. And it was just like, okay, what are we doing? And so we go and we sit down. So we sit down at this table, but first we're introduced to some people. So we're introduced to this one lady, and then introduced to this other lady. And at first, it's Todd and I are sitting down, chit-chatting, catching up, talking about, and then talk about anything under the sun like you do with a friend. And I don't know, we started talking about death at one point because we're all getting older, and if there's enough people that there's like, oh, did you know so-and-so died? That kind of effect. That's just the effect of getting older. People start dropping around you. But there was one disconcerting news happening when he's getting phone calls. Is that one of our friends who's going to go meet with us possibly meet with us right there, he had a death in the family, like older half-brother. And I was like, oh, so I guess he's not going to show up. But there's also, oh my gosh, right? Because that's a huge thing, when anything like that happens. And gosh, I can't even go there. But then we were talking about getting older, and I don't even know what the chicken before the egg, which was, did we talk about that first, or did we hear about that news first? But we were talking about, it's like the thing. I was just thinking about that getting older thing, It's like there's only limited time. Oh no, oh gosh. So without love, what's a person's life gonna
She told me.
be? So And there's all this stuff going. So anyways, the two of us are sitting there for a bit, ordering food, having a little water. I was having water because I don't drink no more. And then the ladies came over. It's like, get up, and these chairs, and greeting the ladies, stand up for the ladies. And I was being all like, and these ladies came down, and they're like super nice, Mayday, and they sit down, and his wife goes away, and we're sitting there talking with the ladies, and the wife goes away, and we're like, Todd's like, what are you doing, and where's she going, and where did you go? And it's just, there's dresses being...
You don't understand.
But she was gone for a bit. Couldn't figure out what's going on. And then these ladies, and then I thought they were her friends all this time. And they're chatting, trying to hear what they're... Because the way they were talking, then they were talking softly, and there's this little kind of aloha band playing, music is kind of loud for them talking that way, and I was trying to hear what they were saying, the sun setting, and for this went on, wow, good 20 minutes, it's like, and then they were gone. It was just like, they were doing all the talking, and it was hard to hear. I couldn't understand 80% of what was being said. I'm like, what? Something about Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and then they finally kind of like left.
Torment.
And then wife comes back. You see, she was being co-chairperson for the May Day stuff at the club. I guess something she just wanted to do that. So she's meeting and greeting everybody. Because I was trying to figure out, why is she just going up to randomly, thank you for coming. It's like, what's going on with helping you people park? She was being co-chair. I didn't know that. I thought she was just doing that on her own. And these two other people were just people that she had just met. So basically, in a sense, total strangers. 20 minutes ago, what the fuck? And they left. And then Todd and I are like looking at each other like, what were we talking about 20 minutes ago? It was just worst. But it was great fun. I mean, it was surreal. It was good to see my friend Todd and his wife. And then we saw another person from our class there too, because they're kind of clubbing. So we saw Don and his wife. And it was all good, but it was, what was going, I was like, it was almost like practical joke kind of style. But it was good, and I'm thankful and grateful I went and all that kind of stuff. Now, that was the vlog. Wow. That to the news, right? There's protests in all the 50 states. Everyone's going wild. Anti-Trump protests, which is like incredible. Trump's going, oh yeah, the trade deficit, it's all Biden. And don't worry, because we're still, the rough one is China, who does the imports. Now with no imports, they're going to have empty shelves. All the economists are worried about empty shelves. And no toys for Christmas. All the elves, all Santa's elves were made in China, Chinese laborers. So Trump says something about, so your kid doesn't get 30 dolls, they only get 2 dolls, and they're going to cost a little more, a couple extra. Someone's like, what? Elon wants to leave and go back to fix Tesla. I said Tesla. Trump said Tesla. It's not Tesla, it's Tesla. So Elon's gone. Bygone, Elon. Elon be gone. Elon just wants to leave. He lost. Apple's gonna lose $900 billion. The Bez and all this. See, and they're arguing about whether they should use the War Act of deporting people, because we're not at war with Venezuela. And only Congress can declare war. And just because you label the terrorists, label the criminals in the country a terrorist organization.
Not exactly.
It's not exactly. Exactly. It doesn't mean that they're an invasion force. And then Trump's declared war in Venezuela. No, that it doesn't work like that. But, of course it doesn't work anything. And the other thing is, we're bad on China with the tariffs, or Trump is bad on China with the tariffs, because the trade deficit is so unfair. And the national debt is not a trade deficit. Trade deficit is different. National debt is different. There's national debt. Sure. Trade deficit just means we don't produce much stuff in America, so we have to buy it from other countries. So we're buying more from other countries than we're selling them. That's the deficit. One is greater than the other because we're not a manufacturing country, overall company. And so on the trade deficit, looking like the trade, the national debt is not the same thing. On that, we're making it fair again, and that's just so Congress wants its power back and all that stuff, and God, there's just too much. I can't keep up with this. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to be funny about something else. Anyways, so yeah, let's run through the paper real quick. It's Friday. I gotta go run through the other stuff. Oh God. Hawaii news. The state sues big oil over climate change. So it's pretty cool.
Unlikely.
State of Hawaii sues big oil. They've done stuff like this before and won. And like we're initiative about doing stuff like that. The Island Marines building new weapons in the Philippines, and don't forget China and Taiwan and North Korea, and we're smack in the middle with.
Right.
Okay, we're the one with the military base. We're a target in here.
Sad.
It's sad. And there's baseball, and it's a triumphant win. Oregon State can double play. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really knowing what's going on there. And Punahou posts another shutout for flag football, which is apparently a pretty badass getting to have some traction. One more time. Maybe back in the day. Yeah, back in the day. Remember 1963? That was a relaxing year. When you want to relax, you just go down to the lab and just, okay, we got it.
Continue.
This is at work in the biochemistry lab of UH. Whoa, biolab. The Biomedical Research Center. There's Dr. Winnick and Dr. Tsuru of Japan. Foreground, Dr. Nakashima, also of Japan. And they're producing postdoctorate. See, they gotta sterilize their stuff. This is biology, so they had to sterilize stuff with this big vat and the big. Yeah, Milton, about new sun. Okay, yeah, right. Okay. And political cartoon. Oh yeah, 1975, the official end of the Vietnam War, which was the fall of Saigon, punctuates.
By no means.
And we lost a lot of people for a long, long time for the Vietnam War. I watched it on TV growing up.
What do you want?
It came here. 58, 220 sacrificed their lives for Vietnam War. Gosh. Restoring manufacturing. Law exists. Speaking of law, oh, we can do that one then. Guilty.
Not guilty. Innocent until proven.
They lied.
Prove it.
Let's believe in rule of law and due process.
Is anyone in our state with a conscience or sense of fairness who believes our government should have the right to send foreign nationals to a foreign prison for an indefinite period of time if they have not been convicted in a court of law of committing a crime? Those who breaking the rules should be deported, but they should be not imprisoned for an unspecific period of time simply because they are alleged to be terrorists or violent gang members. Our president knows the immigration issue is a major reason he was elected. He welcomes this discussion because he believes he can convince most Americans that the courts are trying to prevent him from deporting terrorists and criminals. But that couldn't be further from the truth. My hope is that most of our fellow citizens are not as gullible as he believes we are. Robert Griffin McKeekee. Well, thank you, Robert, there for talking in tutu voice and bringing all that up. Yeah, most Americans are gullible, or apparently there's a sizable number that are susceptible to this thing. Yeah, he ran on making America affordable again, because that's where everyone. Okay, gas prices are coming down. Some of it's coming down, but we're facing face-off recession. It's
Prisoner.
not, and the tariff thing isn't over. And
I'm inside it.
and this thing where he dismantled a lot of government, and then he's like trying to be the autocrat is still in place, and the oligarch. So the immigration issue, he believes he can convince most Americans they're terrorists, deport them. Most of our citizens, I hope that there's just so much spin. There's so much spin on some of these things that's just unbelievable. And the thing is, can we do anything about it? And I think it's all coming down to the midterm elections, and his unpopularity is definitely unpopular. It's like 60% and more. And the other politicians aren't going to be able to say, side with Trump, and I'll be reelected, because all they're about is being reelected, career politician. And there's protests all over America. Can you believe it? It's kind of that's great, actually. That's funny. So, anyways, it's Friday. I gotta run.
I can't hear you.
I can hear you.
Aloha. Have a good Friday. Okay.